What is up for Jackson News, people? Today we have Cameron on the show. Say hi, Cameron.
Yo,
It is us, Sigma Gojo 874 and Sivan. Today we're going to be interviewing him. So, our first question for you is James has received the Medal of Honor. What went into the decision making when you awarded it to him?
okay, so the whole process basically, we have been basically since he joined, we have been monitoring him since because he's been headquarters since he joined, right?
Yeah.
And this also takes from when he first joined and he was the fleet admiral for the Navy at that time. So we just collectively, me, Novus, Plugs, all agreed that his contributions to the group and for deving the game, he's been helping dev the game, right?
Yeah.
We decided to award him the Medal of Honor. But originally, my plan was to award it to him when the Navy did their inspection. But since there was a looming thought of it probably won't happen, Plugs decided to give it to him now.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, I
That's
see.
very nice. Very nice. All
All
right.
right, I have a question. How important do you think recognition is in awards? Let me say this again. How important do you think recognition and awards are in maintaining high morale among us?
Bro.
Among Us?
Among troops. I don't know.
Um um I'm sorry, could you say that again? Like
Oh
put it
my
in
gosh. Okay.
small words. I have zero
Okay.
clue what that meant. Cut
Do
this
you
out, by the
think
way.
what do you think what do you think is important to give like how important do you think recognition and awards are in maintaining high morale? Like how important do you think it is to give out uh medals for morale or recognition, like what people have done.
Um are you saying like how important is it to give medals for people to be recognized?
Just skip that question. It's kind of
Yes.
retarded.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't get this.
All right,
All right.
I'll say this one. What advice would you give to soldiers Fort McCarthyans who aspire to rise through the ranks and earn higher honors?
Um Definitely it is to work hard in your current division and first
Yeah,
obviously get to an officer position if you're not already there,
yeah.
and then rise up to major general
Mhm.
and then headquarters, and then eventually you'll reach to the high top position,
All right.
maybe in the near future where I am, so Secretary of War.
Wow.
Hmm,
That's
that's crazy.
inspiring. All right. So, what is your long-term vision for Supreme Command in the military as a whole?
What? I was not listening. I'm sorry.
What is your long-term vision for Supreme Command in the military as a whole?
Definitely to I wouldn't say he's very corrupted, but definitely to get rid of corruption. Um, because that whole one situation, I'm not gonna drop names, but we probably all know.
Mm.
Um, and to just have top people that are skilled in making sure that everybody is having a good time, basically,
I
Yeah, I
see.
and
see. All right.
helping the game.
Hmm.
Huzzah.
All right. So if like if you could describe Supreme Command's leadership style in one word, what would it be?
Just corrupt would be crazy.
I was gonna say efficient, but I don't think I should say that because there's sometimes where we are just completely inactive.
Mm.
Um, I'll just you know what? I'll just say efficient.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
If you want me
All
to
right.
explain it, I can.
All right.
No,
All right.
yeah,
It's fine. So,
yeah.
be honest. Who gives you the hardest time in Supreme Command meetings?
Plugs, definitely plugs. Um, cause it's been happening ever since we have been working together. And don't get me wrong, he's probably the best person I've ever worked under. He has great ideas. He's a great person overall, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But he sometimes he's just set on one thing. Like I try and convince him to push away from something for brag, but
Ah.
he just I don't know. It's difficult sometimes, but yeah, definitely.
I'd probably
Definitely
agree
close.
with you. It took us a pretty hard journey. We tried to start off with the podcast, but now Fort Jackson news team. So 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 like, what's one decision you've made that you're most proud of in Fort MacArthur or Fort Jackson?
One decision that I'm very proud I made was starting quartermaster corps early.
Mm.
Definitely.
Alright.
What about firing Apple? Like, was that a good decision that you're proud of?
That was not me,
We
if
don't
I
bring
want
up
to
that
be
name here.
honest. That was 100% plugs.
Okay, okay. So Fort MacArthur is currently under Fort MacArthur is currently under construction. How will the new base impact our military strategy?
I don't want to leak very much, but since we're going off of how it looks or how it looked in real life, it's going to be very navy based. So there is going to be a full dock and water like everywhere basically.
Uh,
Ah,
Um,
hmm. So
but we're adding some new elements as well. So
so
definitely stay tuned for that.
what about for some of the army folks? Like, is there anything you could leak, maybe, possible about army
Anything I
or
get to leak,
Marines?
I don't want to promise this, but I was thinking for them since Navy has their own little space, which is basically the dock, right?
Hmm.
hmm
I was thinking to have like sectioned areas for like specific things in the army or the Marines.
Hmm. Yeah.
So like with the Marine Raiders, they can have like a little area near the water or like near the shore. Army Rangers, they could have their own little like course or something, right?
Oh,
Or like
yeah.
firing range. Just little things like that, basically.
Ah,
Since like I said, it's very navy based on that map.
All right. So I have another question. What is Supreme Command's stance on the current state of military readiness? Are there any improvements that could be made?
Military readiness. We definitely want to prepare in case there is a like a raid or anything. So we definitely want people to be ready for like TPS or FPS, whichever one it is going to be on map.
yeah.
So we win, you know?
Yeah. I heard that there's actually a raid coming up soon. Novus was setting up one with a Japanese group. Can you confirm that?
I can't actually. I have not gotten word on this. Maybe I'm a little blind, but
Well, he
I'm
did
gonna have to
say it
check.
in game. So,
No.
anyways, how do you
Maybe I
feel?
don't know. Maybe
How do you feel about the current JCS? Do you think any of them are good enough to become future Supreme Command? What are you laughing about, Gojo?
current JCS. I'm gonna be honest, right? I was thinking for a long time. I was thinking Cloudy, since he was very efficient in what he did, but the whole thing that happened today with him and Mr. Bob or whatever that guy's name is, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely lowered what I was thinking of him. James, definitely very good, right? If we ever do need a DSAC, he's probably going to be my first pick.
Yeah, Novus has really been edging him. Like in game, he's been giving him
Yeah.
D-sack role. Like honestly.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what do you like? Never mind. All right. Next question. So, as Secretary of War, you hold one of the most powerful positions in Supreme Command. What does your role entail on a daily basis?
Honestly, my role is pretty chill. I oversee what Novus does, and what JCS does. Um, I I'm like me and Plugs are like the overseers, so I'm like the overseer of MacArthur, like development for that, and it's just pretty chill, honestly. I don't really do a lot. Um, I know.
Yeah, yeah, we know. Yeah.
Okay, I know technically I should be setting up, raids or like wars, but it's pretty hard to find that when there's not many.
Hmm? Okay, so that was our last
Wait, wait,
question.
wait,
Oh,
wait.
so
That was your
I
last
have one. I have one
question?
more
Really?
extra one. So, with there being a lot of Navy stuff in water, right? Will this
Mhm.
mean there will be boats or battleships in game?
Great question. Now, well, I already said that there was going to be a dock, so yes, there will be boats in the game, but I guess it all depends on lag. If we add boats, we want to minimize lag
Yeah.
basically. Since it's going to be a big map, we want to
Mm,
make it small, or we want to like make the lag not as bad. So we want to make it good for like low-end computers or maybe mobile devices, right?
mm.
Um, Another thing, there's probably going to be a game pass for raiders. They could get them a boat to
Oh, that'd be
hit the
crazy.
fort from the water.
mm,
Another question I
Instead of
have.
just the gate.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So another question I have is, the Marines are affiliated with the Navy. So possibly could any Marines be using boats too, or just is this only exclusive to the Navy?
I feel like if the Marines want to do joint events with Navy divisions, they could definitely be on boats like boat patrols or whatever Navy things have that. All right, we have boats. Um, we possibly could have a division in the Marines that has boats,
Mm,
but that's definitely something that would be good in the future, but probably not right now.
okay.
all right.
Yeah, that's all I have. Yeah. So.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Anyways, thank you so much for coming onto the show, everybody. Give him a good round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Anyways, you can go now. Thank you so much. This is Fort Jackson News and Interviews signing off.
Yeah, signing off, guys.
Booyah.
And then we'll just zoom into Cam. Dance. Okay, and he moved.
All right,
Oh,
that was
okay.
Bones. All right.
That
You
was
talk.
buns. I gave like the most in-depth answers.